completing the maze tutorial on on Microsoft MakeCode Arcade. If you go to the arcade.makecode.com website and you scroll down a bit to the tutorials section, you will see these series of tutorials. If you are on an iPad, you need to swipe across to get to the other options. On a laptop, obviously, you've got this sort of stuff on the side. So if you click that, you will arrive at the maze. And the reason we're doing the maze one today is because it provides you a little bit more complexity so that you can think about how you might create a game design. So we're going to be using the blocking language like we've been using and start tutorial. I'm going to walk step by step through this tutorial so that you have clear instructions on and something to refer to as well while you are attempting to complete your task. So it is now starting. As you can see, it says welcome to Arcade. Let's get started by creating a game where your player tries to get out of a maze while there's still time. So there's a number of functions there. Obviously, you've got a sprite, which is the character moving around, but you also have time functions, and you've got a complex, compared to what we've looked at before, setting as well. So we're going to follow this step by step. It's a 13-part tutorial. The first thing we'll do is make our player. So we're going to make our player by finding the set sprite, my sprite 2, in the sprites area. So over here, set my sprite 2, drag it out and put it under or into the on start. So I've done that. I'm going to press next now. Click on the grey box in set my sprite 2 and draw your player's image. It can be anything, solid block or a figure. So I'm going to go to here. I'm going to double click. And you can do this too, but I'm going to cheat a little bit and go to the gallery. I can't be bothered drawing right now. So I'm going to make him a monkey today. That's a very pixelated monkey. Anyway, it's going to be a monkey. I'm going to go to next. Now, let's make our sprite figure, so the character, move with the controller keys. And we want that to do with the arrow keys. So you need to get a move my sprite with buttons from the controller menu, which is this one here. So get one of those and put it under set my sprite 2. So you need to do that. So when you think of this in an algorithm sort of way, which you're going to have to look at in your create your own game project, you'll see that this is actually starting as a algorithm. So it's going at the start, set this, and then move. Set the sprite to be able to move. Yeah? So it's going in order. It's giving instructions for this to work. So now we've done that. Next, create a tile map that will serve as your maze. Pull set tile map 2 from the scene menu and put it into on start. So we're going to go to scene. We're going to set tile map. I'm going to pull that and put that underneath. Then when you click on the grey box to open a tile map, select tiles and use the tools to draw your own maze. Now you need to make sure that you leave a path from the start to the end so the user can escape, and leave an empty tile in both the start and end locations. So basically what that's saying is create a maze, which you see there's some things that you can use on the side here, which I might use. And that allows you to start creating your map. So I actually don't like using that, using this. So I might go back to my forest, which was quite nice. And you can start adding some stuff. So you can add, let's say you wanted to. I'm going to add in all of this. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fill the whole screen with grass. And, ooh, no, did that the wrong way. So fill the whole screen with grass. And then I might say, okay, I need to have these walls. But instead of drawing it, you can actually just do it by lines. So I might go, I'm going to include from top to bottom. The walls, obviously, otherwise they can go out anywhere. Now you remember you've got to have a space at the start and at the end to go out. So I'm going to leave a space here and leave a space here. And I'm going to make sure that I can remember that that's the way out by making it like that. And you can color the path as you go. So I'm going to create a quick maze. Nothing too complex, really. Just, I'm going to do this. So he's going to have to do that. This is going to be a bit tedious if I do it the way that I'm thinking of. So go like that. And you can see that I'm creating a bit of a maze. Obviously, this is going to be an easy maze to go through. But, you know, yeah, I think I'm going to do that now. Yeah. Okay, let's not do that. You can control Z, but what I'm saying is you could fill in that all and make it green like that. So you could have, you win. Oh, no. Make sure that you're using the right tools on here. Need to be a bit more careful. So I might go my start and end. And you can see here, there's your map. All right. So I'm going to press done. I've created my map. I've created a place to go in, go out, whatever you want. You know, eat a pizza. You can see. So fill in the last two spaces on the maps with two empty spaces, which I've already filled in the map tile that you left in the previous step with two new tiles, something that looks like a door and something that marks the starting location like a ladder. So I've already done it with it. It just makes sure that these tiles aren't used anywhere else in the map. Now, I haven't used the grass anywhere else in the map, but I'm going to try and find a door if I can. Let's have a look in miscellaneous. Maybe you can find it in miscellaneous. What is this? That looks sort of like a door, I guess. Not really. Oh, road. There's not really anything that looks like a door here. Maybe in dungeon. That looks like a door. Is there anything that looks like a ladder? No. That looks like stairs, I guess. So, door and stairs. There you go. Alright, so I've now done that. When I press next, place my sprite on top of random in scene. So if we go to scene, place my sprite on top of random. When I pull this out, it says drag it into the on start after set my tile 2. So when I do that, this will allow the character you created to be on top of one of the selected tiles. Click on the checkered tile and select the tile you choose as the starting point. So remember, I chose that stairs as the starting point. That's where he's going to start now. All right. So obviously when you start a game, it does all of this very instantaneously. It doesn't, wait months and months to do it. I'll go through it one by one, but there you go. Now, when you're in step 8, you'll see that the player is off the screen, which makes the game a bit too hard. So what we're going to do is make the camera follow this sprite in the My Sprite in scene. So this means that the camera will always follow your little character and then drag it onto the end of on start. So here. This will make the camera follow the player's character around as he moves around the screen. So you can see him here. See? And if I click, see, starts to move. But do you notice a problem? He's going through all the walls. He's going through everything. And nothing happens when he reaches the end. So we've still got a little bit to go. When you press next, find the on sprite of kind of player overlaps at location. It's a long name. It's just showing you where to find it in scene. So this thing. This is a different algorithm that's going to start. So everything within these sorts of blocks is an algorithm. So that's a different algorithm. This event will occur whenever the player is on top of a tile of a given type. Click on the checkered box and change it to the tile selected for the end of the maze. So the end of the maze was this door thing. Right? So it's saying when it hits that door, something's going to happen. So find the game over lose in game. So here, game over lose, and drag it into here. Obviously, when we want him to hit the door, we want him to win. So change that to win. So if we try this out over here now, and go here, and this is the easiest maze ever. He wins! Woo! Alright, next. We want him to do that within an amount of time. So if we go to info, like this is saying, and start the countdown, and drag it into on start this time, so it starts with, when it starts the timer. What you'll find is we've created a maze, but the player, as we can see, moves through all the walls. Okay, that's annoying. And then what we want to do is we need to actually draw walls. So when we go back here, we've got a timer. You can change your timer, but if we go back into the tile map, you'll actually see a button here for drawing walls. And you actually need to highlight all the spots that are walls. So this is really important because obviously otherwise the game is super easy and he can, do whatever you like. Now you can also follow these specific instructions when you use just the normal arcade thing, and then you can create a maze. So what you'll find now is, it's grey, it's thinking about what I've done. Now, if I use these, he can't go through. So I've got to get, I don't think he's going to make it. Yeah, he's definitely not going to make it. So you might want to try out your game, because I've made that incredibly difficult, because there is no way you're getting there in 10 seconds. So you might need to adjust the game a little bit. I might give him 30 seconds. The character, I guess, 30 seconds. There we go. 30 seconds. Oh, jeez. Is more reasonable. It doesn't even let me start until 20 seconds. So you can see I've created my walls. If I try to go through anything, it won't let me. Maybe 30 seconds. 30 seconds is actually a really good time, because I don't know if I can make it. Oh, just in time. There you go. So you can see you can actually make some pretty decent games with this. This is probably the best tutorial for you to use to help you create your game. Once you're finished, you need to share it. All right. Now these buttons here, download it so we can upload it onto a different device. So for instance, if we had these, I'll show you in a moment. If we had these devices, we would be able to upload onto them and play them. Obviously, you're not on site at the moment, and so that's a bit hard. But we can do that. So to share it, what you need to actually do is... I've got to remember where the share button is. I don't think they've got the share button in here. So that makes it a little bit difficult. So once you have finished doing this, press finish, and this screen will open up. And when this opens up, you've got these 3 dot things here. That means share. So if you click on that, you get this link. This is the link you need to give me. If you give me this link, it just opens up the website again. So you need to actually copy this link, and let's see, copy there, and send it to me on Google Classroom, and I'll be able to look at your game. Very interested to see how yours all go, because this tutorial lets you design a few things. Please take the time to design. That's fine. The last thing I'll show you is when you finish, you'll actually be able to show... this is a bit annoying. Show your game in different language. So if I actually changed it to Python, which is a popular coding language, or JavaScript, which is actually more of your industry one. So if you actually went and did game design in the industry, you'd be using JavaScript. And when you open JavaScript, you can see that obviously it's a lot more complex, but you can see where I was talking about binary, how things are done in certain ways. It's a lot more complex in this way. But you can write with this as well. But for the purpose of what we're doing, we're just going to stick to the blocking code. Anyway, I look forward to seeing your activity, and we shall, see you soon. Bye-bye.